Just a quick one, guys, before we get into today's video. We have released our brand new summer drop that includes some new and exciting designs, including our Arne Slot t-shirt, European Royalty t-shirt, Trophy Wall tee and others. We've also introduced jumpers to our store. Do browse the new collection by going down into the link in the description or head into copyclothing.com. Anyway, let's get into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, in today's video, of course, we are going to be going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. That includes some huge Anthony Gordon to Liverpool news, as it may not be over. Yes, Newcastle have voiced their concerns, and we'll discuss that a bit later on. But of course, if you are living in the United Kingdom or England specifically, you'll already know about last night and how close England were to going out of the competition. However, of course, have made it through to the quarterfinal. Will take on Switzerland. And whilst we no Liverpool players yesterday played in that game, didn't have any involvement, Gary Neville actually came out and said that England were very, very lucky to beat Slovakia at the Euros, with Gareth Southgate admitting Trent Alexander-Arnold as illegal. Yes, Alexander-Arnold was not involved at all for the first time at the Euros, as England somehow scraped a 2-1 victory over Slovakia in extra time. The result booked their place in the last 8 of the tournament, but the Three Lions have been far from one of the best sides involved during struggling throughout. Having been cut after an experiment in Southgate's midfield, Alexander-Arnold was overlooked over 2 hours in Schalke, despite fullbacks Kieran Trippier and in particular Kyle Walker both floundered. With England a goal down at half-time and by far the worst of the two teams, Neville launched a scathing criticism of the manager's selection, saying he had to rip up the script. Trent Alexander-Arnold, it is illegal that lad is not playing in a game like this for England, he argued on ITV. We can't have Kyle Walker and Kieran Trippier at left and right back when we're on the ball most of the time. That kid is the best football player we've ever seen at fullback in this country. He has to be on the pitch. England eventually won the tie after Jude Bellingham's last-minute bicycle kick equalised to set up the extra time, with Harry Kane heading in the winner minutes after the restart. But despite setting up a quarter-final clash with Switzerland on Saturday, Southgate's side did so while clinging on and are far from favourites. Relief is the word of today, Neville said after the game. We've been very, very lucky, and we should thank our lucky stars because we were woeful, and we've been woeful now for 4 games. Not even an extra time did we play well, and Slovakia were unlucky in the end. We've got to change something dramatically, and Gareth will realise tonight he was close to the edge. Alongside Neville in the studio, Ian Wright summed up the tournament's narrative for England, with Southgate's selection leading the focus on individual players rather than the team itself. That has certainly happened with Alexander-Arnold, who became a scapegoat after starting both of the first 2 games in an unfamiliar midfield role. Joe Gomez was left out again, spending the night as an unused substitute, but with Mark Gay now suspended for the next game, he could be given an opportunity as centre-back. It seems unlikely though, with Southgate preferring Konsa as a late replacement at left back, despite rarely if ever having played in that position. Next up at the Euros is Canate's France taking on Belgium on Monday's 5 PM kickoff, while Diego Jota, Portugal will take on Slovenia at 8 PM. So, again, from an England persuasion, I think Trent Alexander-Arnold will echo that with regards to Gary Neville. Kyle Walker must be one of the biggest myths of a great right back. Honestly, he was all over the place yesterday. Trippier, I don't know how that guy still gets a game for England. I do feel sorry for Trent Alexander-Arnold, because we know that as Liverpool fans how great he is in that position. And people say stuff about his defending and all this crap, but playing at Slovakia, come on, my God, he would just create so much more chances. And maybe against Switzerland, I think that's what's going to be needed for England going forward. And hopefully Trent will get his chance, but yeah, they're in the quarterfinals of the competition. Now, over the last 48 hours ago, guys, we heard stuff in regards to Anthony Gordon. And despite Liverpool turning down an offer to sign Gordon prior to the Premier League's PSR deadline, Newcastle United have voiced fears that his head has been turned. It emerged on Saturday that as they pushed for sales to meet the Premier League spending limits, Newcastle had offered Gordon to Liverpool. But any potential deal broke down with the Saudi-owned club looking to include Jarell Quansah in the equation. The Reds, unsurprisingly, rejecting any sale of the prestigious centre-back. There is long-term interest from Anfield, however, and though they managed to sell Elliot Anderson and Yakubu Minta to fall below the spending threshold, Newcastle showed their hand when it comes to Gordon. Now, according to the Athletic Newcastle's correspondent Chris Waugh, the offer came out of desperation as they explored all avenues in order to raise funds. There are lingering fears internally now that his head may have turned, the Athletic have reported. As a boyhood Liverpool supporter who was on the books as a youngster before being released at 11, it would be no surprise that Gordon would want a move. Whether it is a deal that the club explores this summer remains to be seen, when it has been maintained that there is already sufficient depth on the left flank. That is true at face value of Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, Diogo Jota and Darwin Núñez, all capable of playing there, but much could hinge on whether Diaz stays amid interest from Barcelona. Moreover, the Athletic revealed that Liverpool had already made a tentative inquiry into Gordon's availability in the past, suggesting there are plans in motion to evolve the left-hand side. It seems considerably less controversial now for players to at least directly cross the Liverpool-Everton divide, with Conor Cody and even Rafa Benitez having done so in recent years. Still only 23, eligible as homegrown, passionate about the club and coming off the back of a season that saw him score 11 goals and assist another 10 in 35 league games, Gordon would certainly be a smart acquisition. And though they are no longer in as a vulnerable position as Newcastle sent a message in public offering their number 10 out, it showed that the Gordon is not untouchable in the transfer market, and by the same token it showed that the player himself that he is not indispensable. That could prompt the winger consider his future, particularly when it comes to a potential return to Merseyside, making his situation one to keep an eye on over the next 2 months. So, as you can see there, ladies and gentlemen, Gordon, of course, that transfer saga isn't over just yet, and of course could still be a potential option for the Reds. That's coming, of course, from The Athletic. So yeah, very interesting to see there indeed. Now, lastly, guys, with Anfield's concert commitments to Taylor Swift and Pink now over, the club are in the process of relaying the pitch for the upcoming season. It hasn't been a busy year at Anfield for the expansion on the new Anfield Road stand to the 2023-2024 campaign that proved to be Jurgen Klopp's last. In total, the Reds played 29 games on the home soil across all competitions, and the pitch took further punishment during the recent concerts that took place over 5 different nights. It was, of course, covered to allow concert goers to stand and enjoy Taylor Swift and Pink, but as customary at Anfield, is now ready for the pitch to be relayed ahead of a friendly and the 2024-2025 season. Last year, the installation of the new pitch took around 3 days and was composed of 95% grass and 5% artificial fibres. For the past 2 seasons, Liverpool have worked with Hatco Hybrid Grass, who explained that hybrid grass used combines all the benefits of natural grass playing surface with the strength and durability of synthetic grass. In simple terms, the hybrid grass system is more durable and able to handle more rigorous of sports like football, ensuring world-class playing surface all year round. The Reds will next play Anfield on Sunday, August 11th, when they host Sevilla in their final pre-season match, 6 days before the Premier League opener against Ipswich. So yes, Liverpool fans, that's all I've got for you today. Do you have any thoughts on Anthony Gordon? Do you think he will be a Liverpool player come the end of this summer transfer window? Yes or no? As stated, let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Remember, we have got a brand new summer drop available on our website, guys. Get those RNA slot tees repped at Anfield. Links down in the description or callbackclothing.com. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care.